Yo, what up YouTube? Topaz Yates back with another reaction. And we're gonna go ahead and react to this Coi Leray Blick Blick featuring Nicki Minaj song. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to give this to you live and direct, you feel me? Because there's a lot of background that's going into this particular song that I will not have a chance to talk to you about in a short, in which, yes, there is going to be a short about this coming tonight. But, okay, this song, Coi Leray, Blick Blick, featuring Nicki Minaj. It's a feature that almost didn't happen. Why didn't it almost happen? Benzino. Nicki Minaj came out saying, you know what? I'm going to pull my feature from this particular song because of something that Benzino did. And if you think Nicki Minaj be bluffing when she be saying, yo, I'm going to pull my feature and you'll never work with me again, then you must not know the petty nature of how Nicki Minaj has gotten down. There was a song in the past called Shooters, I think it was, with Coi Leray, where he actually got him a feature from Nicki Minaj, but then he made the mistake, like right in the height of her pettiness, to tell Nicki Minaj, I think you could do better with your voice. Could you please re-record and do something else? Oh, she's the wrong one to talk like that, especially if she doesn't have respect for you lyrically. Now, given she didn't follow Tory Lanez's career on the fact that Tory Lanez has always been sick, that she should have respected him like that, but yet you can't expect people on top of the game to follow people who's on their way up, who's actually talented like Tory Lanez was. But then when he got into the game, he ultimately went into the commercial side, so you never really see how skillful he was. But Nicki Minaj didn't take that disrespect lightly, said, X me off of the verse, I'm done, and just walked away. We still don't know what her verse sounds like off of that. That's one of the most requested songs that I see. That's one of my videos that get the most views and stuff on YouTube because no one can find that particular song. And that's because Nicki is so petty that when she says, I want off of the song, she really means she wants off of it, and she will just move on with her life because she can do whatever she wants to do. But why is it? What exactly was it that Benzino did? Benzino can't keep a secret to save his life because he got them Twitter fingers. Like, what he did was he ultimately just leaked out the whole information that Coi Leray got a feature with Nicki Minaj that's dropping soon. Like, I guess he wanted to be the first one to drop this news for some odd apparent reason. Like, you are not the source no more, bruh. No one is looking to you for actual new content and actual reactions and you helping to promote anything. No, not necessary. Now, some people may look at that like, man, why is that a big deal? I don't think that's a big deal at all. It kinda is when you're dealing with songs that cost in the millions, possibly, depending on how much it costs to record, how much to get Nicki Minaj, how much money they're gonna put into promotion for this. This seems to be possibly what was lining up to be Coi Leray's breakthrough song, regardless of if the song was good or bad. You understand? This is like the equivalency of when a movie script or a whole movie is leaked online, which ultimately messes up the rollout that the movie theater the movie studios might actually go back and change things about the movie because they leaked the entire thing. And the vast majority of the fans out there who actually follow these things, they tend to look at all of that stuff, so it ruins the entire experience. So you might have just ruined an entire multi-million-dollar movement for your daughter, thinking that this was all going to be cool. Because you are privy to such information because you are her father, that she clearly don't rock with you all like that. Clearly. Like, for those of you who don't know, Coi Leray was beefing with her dad for quite some time. You dig? And mainly because, as she said in her own words and interviews and stuff, that, the money started drying up when he was no longer part of the source and all that stuff. And she had to end up going back and moving in with her moms. She wasn't living in the mansion and all that stuff like Benzino claimed that she was, as how she was growing up or whatever. Then she went on ahead and started working waitress jobs and started building up on her own. Like, she was always just a part of the industry though, because as a super youth, she was around the source and all of that, which ultimately have helped her pave her way to where she's at now. It had some things to do with it, but ultimately all of these moves that she's been making, that's all coming back to her at this point. You can't credit Benzino for Coi Leray's actual growth, her actual success on where she's at now. Who he was back in the day definitely did play a part in molding of her from the very beginning, but she had to chase this dream. She could have gave up at any time. There's been plenty of children of stars that never see the light that she's honestly seeing right now, even though everybody is throwing shade, everybody is somewhat hating on her because, hey, she ain't all that talented as she really needs to be, which is facts. I'm not going to take away the reality of it. Like, there could have been so much more that she could have developed, that she could have used some experience from Benzino to actually help her with the industry, instead of her making posts about how she's willing to quit because of how tiresome this industry is. That's when her dad's supposed to be coming in and helping in the background, actually training her to know what to expect and how much work is going to take. Prepare your mind for how difficult this is going to be. This is what Benzino needed to be. He needed to be a damn father. But in all actuality, Benzino seems to be trying to live out his dreams that got shattered by Eminem. Let's not forget that. Got your whole dreams and ambitions got shattered by Eminem, and now you're trying to live it through your daughter. Listen here, parents of individuals who are making moves and seeing success. Their success is not your success. If they are a good kid and you are a good parent, then they'll look out for you. You feel me? Like, that's when you get the results of the work that you put in to help develop these individuals. You feel me? That's the important part of, if they do end up popping, that's a reflection on what you've done. But that's not your success. It's not your role. You are not there to take credit for everything that they did. You shouldn't be in the forefront of her while she's trying to create her industry. She's trying to create her whole career, and you getting in the way because you want to be seen as this is all me. Let that go, parents. Let that go. But okay, as I said, Coi Leray don't really rock with Benzino like that, and it was a notable, somewhat beef that we seen going back and forth all over social media not long ago. How did it start? How else do you think it started? Benzino, with the Twitter fingers, want to come out and talk about Eminem. Like, he's still on this. He won't let it go. And because he won't let it go, he's dragging his daughter down into what shattered his entire career. It never ends. But okay, so he, going on his Twitter fingers, he decides that he wanted to mention Coi Leray in his diss that he's throwing towards Eminem. And Royster 5'9" from Slaughterhouse, or formerly from Slaughterhouse, however they going, he catches offense. And that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. You want to be mad at you on any rap battle or anything that happens to do with the streets of Detroit, forgive me. That's the wrong one that you want to offend. And then you want to include your daughter on all of this too. Now, the route that Royce the 5'9" took with that, man, it was more of an honorable route. Like, he was like, look, man, you need to go ahead and take your daughter to the park, or I'll do it and have her ride the swings. You need to, like, hug her and stop being a Twitter goon, because she already popping it on a handstand on IG. You better get her before Trey Songz or Drake do. These is facts. If you haven't known, Drake and Trey Songz have pretty much been running through the entire industry. And other industries, as we know from Drake, and children that he has. You understand? And she definitely on that path, if not still on that path. But from that point, like, Coi Leray had to put out a song saying like, yo, I got nothing to do with it, which was No More Parties, which ended up getting remixed by Lil Durk, turning into her biggest hit, which became a bigger song than her father ever has made. Did that stop Benzino? No, clearly still to this day, still doesn't stop Benzino, because he's too hard-headed to just step away and let his daughter be great. Let his daughter go out and do her. Which led to a very public fallout on IG Live, where she was saying some comments that her dad took to the heart. He probably still feel kind of way about it, which whatever. I don't think anybody cares by the way that he's still acting like a child, and he's a grown man acting like a child still. And he's playing these games. It's cool to play these games with your own career that shattered your own career. You had that coming. But when your own actions, and you're still poking this bear, you're still poking the hornet's nest, and you're dragging your promising child into this, then you honestly haven't learned anything, have you? And now years later, still haven't learned the lessons, and now he's trying to mess up what is easily her biggest single to date, possibly, depending on how the labels and all of that push it. But when you get Nicki Minaj as a feature, that's like getting a Drake feature, and they call it the Drake stimulus package for a reason. Whenever Drake is featured in anything, it comes with prestige. It comes with possibly a massive amount of followers. It comes with a whole lot of attention without even the massive amount of dollars that's necessary to push it. Same thing happens with Nicki Minaj features. This is how revered and loved that Nicki Minaj is amongst her followers. So she delegates this power as wisely as she can. She doesn't just feature herself with everybody, and she will cut you off in a heartbeat just by being petty. So because her father has yet to learn his lesson, he ultimately could have messed this all the way up. To the point that, Coi had to come out online again to check him. Like, look, I need you to play the back. It's my turn. These are quotes. I need you to sit the F down, grab some popcorn, and clap for me when I need you to clap. And this is facts. Just because they're your father or they older than you doesn't mean you should give them reign over your ability to make what you want, to ruin what you've built for yourself. You feel me? Like me personally, I've gotten to the point that, like, I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a lot of different topics. So when people come up and try to tell me something and I know something about it, I'm gonna check you and I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I'm not gonna let you tell me what something needs to be. Like, honor, and she's doing the right thing. And I'm not here to be like, oh, all fathers can't be involved in their child's lives or nothing like that, or you can't help your child because you got experience. No, but you got to do it the right way. You can't be to the fourth. You can't be dancing in all the videos. You can't be exactly what Suge Knight was saying you should try to avoid in order to come to death row. You dig? You can't be the reason that you can't be messing up her career. You should be helping her career. Help her career from the background. As she said, play the back. All the areas in which you should have helped her with, you somewhat already failed her with. But only when Benzino humbled himself, he apologized online to Coi Leray, he apologized to Nicki Minaj, and he pretty much apologized to the world. That's when Nicki Minaj was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my boss on it, because, you know, she was really just mainly upset that Coi Leray didn't get the chance to tell the world on her own terms that she got a feature with Nicki Minaj, because she understands how big it is to have a feature with her. Benzino underrates it because he's not focused. He doesn't know what's going on. He should know how great or how big it is to have a Nicki Minaj feature, on what it can mean for your career if it's done accurate, if it's done right, and what it actually means for female MCs who probably grew up looking up to her because she was young when Nicki Minaj was doing her thing. So clearly, most female MCs look up to Nicki Minaj at this point. For you to ruin that because you want to be breaking news for no reason, bruh, you're not the source. Not no more. No one says, oh, what is Benzino thinking about when it comes down to the new music coming out? You feel me? But maybe this is more of, yo, I'm the proud father. I'm happy that she's getting this opportunity. This seems to be a big one, and I just can't keep my mouth shut to save my life because I'm Benzino and I'm clearly just, I don't know what, I don't think but 5 inches in front of my face. Maybe that's what it is, and I can't fault being a proud, like, man, if my nephew did something amazing, about to get put on in the game or something, he actually went out and got him a feature from, say, a Drake, and I know that's gonna be big, I'm gonna be proud too. But I'm going to ask him, how you promoting this? Do you need me to come out and show you some love on a YouTube channel? What you need? You need me to play back? I'll play back. What you need? Let me know. It's your game. I'm just here to get you the most. That's how you as a grown man needs to be moving in this, when you understand that she has her own career. She's doing it her way. And everything that you do clearly turns to crap. But okay, with all of that out of the way, let's finally get to the actual song. The actual song, Blick Blick, is meh. Like, okay, the production, it isn't super dry, but it isn't anything amazing either. It's not something it's a track that needs somebody like Nicki Minaj to take to another level. You feel me? Nicki Minaj can take this, and she did take it, and freak it and make it into something more. But it's not Nicki Minaj's song. This is Coi Leray's song. Coi Leray doesn't have the skill set necessary to flip a beat that's not already like banging on the highest accord, as this is not that. It becomes, it's more simplistic. It's something that, you know, you would want to give to a whole bunch of rappers. You dig? Like, if you're gonna have a song or have a cypher or something with like 4 or 5 different rappers who got all different styles, this is the type of beat that you would want, something generic that anyone could rap on, that's not too stand outish or go in any which direction, so everybody can do their own thing on it. That's what this production feels like. But there's only 2 people on it, and Coi Leray needs the beat to be as dope as possible, and Nicki Minaj can rap on anything because she's that good. So the production isn't bad, it's not super dry, but it's not as good as it really needed to be for Coi Leray to actually shine as she really needs to do. As when you break down the lyricism, or lack thereof, from Coi Leray's side, which is the area in which Benzino needed to actually be there for her. He needed to actually be there to show her how to write bars, how to flow. Even though he was never good at it, but yet those who were never good at it tend to be the ones who actually have the ability to teach others at a young age on what you need to actually attempt to do. Like, his experience of being around, or at least his experience of being around people who do get it. He should have brought somebody in who got any kind of respect for him to actually school her on how to do this. This is where you was needed, Benzino, not you trying to give away secrets that she's not trying to delve out. But all of her lyrics is sexual innuendo, but not in a lyrical way. Like, the best you honestly are expecting to get here would be, yo, they know I'm the ish, need some toilet paper. And that's really the best that you can come to expect from Coi Leray. Like, there is so much more to be desired, but honestly, can you say that this is the best that she's delivering over her career? Maybe. Maybe, like, she definitely came with her A game because she knew that this was going to be important. She knew it. So she came with her best. It's just her best is not good enough. And I blame Benzino for this. Now, there are some moments, like, say, her delivery, where she actually tries to flip it up, like how Nicki Minaj flips it up on it, but Nicki Minaj is just way more polished, way more entertaining. But how she's flipping it up, I'm like, okay, she's beginning to show the signs of progression, that she's not stuck in this mold of how she's rapping. So she can become better, but yet her career seems to be popping harder now than it's ever been. So, and this growth is going to take more time. So what you're hearing is the best that we're probably going to get out of Coi Leray at this height of her career. Hopefully, like, you never know how individuals' careers go, but the vast majority of careers usually don't go from this peak and continue to go higher. Especially those who aren't as talented as they really need to be. So by the time that she's ready to become a dope artist, her time in the limelight could be over. That's a realistic thing to be said here, which, again, I blame Benzino. She could have had the potential of having a Nicki Minaj-like career if he actually put forth the time and effort to make that happen. But hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. Knock on wood. Hopefully she's gonna be all right. But, like, clearly she gets ate up by Nicki Minaj. And not even like, this ain't even like superb. Like, she's competing with the best rappers in the world in her prime, Nicki Minaj. No, this is better than basic Nicki Minaj, but just a little better than just basic Nicki Minaj verse. And it seems like she's all but taking mercy on it, because you realize if she goes all the way in, people gonna just care more about her than Coi Leray, period. But it ain't like Nicki is not going to spit no bars though. Like, she's not going to dumb down herself 1000% so that you can shine. No, she still got a reputation to hold on to, and she delivers some interesting moments on this. How she say like, yo, my drip needs a wetsuit. Alright? How she saying, yo, there's ops on the block, I'm about to spit it like tornadoes. But overall, as a track, I think this is the best that we could have hoped for out of Coi Leray, and her getting the biggest feature of her life up until this point. I think this is the best that we could have gotten from her, the best type of track, and I think hopefully, if the promotion and everything goes about the right way, I think it's going to be a positive step for her in her career. And that's really what I want to see. I always want to see a young individual shine and be productive and be successful out here in the game. I love to see it. And I think this track is a step in the right direction for her. But is it good? Nah. Is it one that's going to make my playlist? Nah. It's one that I'm entertained by the Nicki verse, but that's going to fade on me after maybe a couple more listens, and I'm gonna just keep it pushing towards the next song. But that's it, everybody. That's my reaction to this Nicki Minaj, well, to this Blick Blick Coi Leray featuring Nicki Minaj. We got some questions. What up? The High Priestess was good. Saying that the High Priestess says, it's okay. It's not all that. But I feel like Coi Leray really outdid herself. Was not expecting her to be spitting like that. I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that 100%. Because like I was saying, man, she doesn't have the fundamentals down. She's not an actual quality MC. She's not really ready to be at this level in which she's embarking on. You feel me? She's embarking on a level of, I could possibly be one of the best that's out here right now. Just given the feature that she's getting here with Nicki Minaj, like a female MC getting that kind of cosign, you tend to get looked upon as you are a budgeting, you are becoming maybe one of the better ones that's out there in the game. She's not ready for that. Why? Because she didn't put in the time for development when she was younger. When Benzino of all people should have known, we need you, we need these individuals, the youth, my kids, if you're gonna have my name, you're gonna go ahead and see the success in the game, I need you to know how to do it like this. I need you to become good. We need you to practice. Joe Jackson, be Joe Jackson to Michael Jackson. And I understand a lot of people have a certain feeling about that because they feel as though it was abuse, but no, Joe Jackson helped craft one of the greatest singer we've ever seen. Ever. You feel me? No one will ever be as big as Michael Jackson was. Like, people always want to be like, oh, Drake is as big as Michael Jackson was. No. Drake can actually go to basketball games and watch the game. Could you imagine Michael Jackson ever going to a basketball game in his prime and they actually be able to play the basketball game? No. People be falling out in the stadiums looking at Michael Jackson. He couldn't do that. That's how big. When Thriller dropped, he could not be seen. It is what it is. But she just is not ready for the level of greatness that her career seems to be going. Too Big to Respond says, What are we talking about right now? I just gave you the whole entire background to why this Blick Blick song almost didn't happen. And the relationship that Coi Leray has with her father, on why he came through and almost sabotaged the biggest single of her whole career, leading up to an actual reaction to the actual song. That's what we were talking about. The High Priestesses. Nicki Minaj wasn't all that. She was rapping about the same thing she rapped about on almost every track, and I like Nicki. What doesn't make sense to me is Nicki always talks about how watered down music is, but still gives these watered down artist features. But okay, here's the thing. Nicki Minaj has several different styles. Now, when it comes to her being on a feature, her whole feature style, usually she's not rapping on any topic at all. She's just spitting bars, because that's what these people honestly are expecting from her. 1, 2, maybe sometimes, like, you can tell if Coi Leray recorded her verse, recorded it, and sent it to her, Coi Leray ain't talking about nothing. So how can Nicki Minaj speak of a topic and write a topic and do something more than punchline rap if Coi Leray, whose song it is, who's sending her this song to actually rap on? You feel me? If Coi Leray ain't talking about nothing on the song, Nicki Minaj can't come up with her own topic. That would take away from the entire element of this song actually meaning anything. Like, it would be nothing of a song if you did that. That's like the equivalency of when Pusha T got up on the Pop Smoke posthumous album. For those who don't know, that's when the posthumous album is the album that's released when the artist is already dead. Like, they took music that wasn't supposed to be coming out, pieced it together into an album, and released it. When Pusha T hopped on the song, and instead of talking about anything that's conceptually related to what Pop Smoke is talking about, he instead drops his own diss towards Drake. Like, bruh, that has nothing to do with what's going on this album. It has nothing to do what's going on with anything about this whole thing. You're ultimately ruining what could be a potential legacy here. The potential last album to come from Pop Smoke. Pusha T is ultimately trying to ruin this with his own petty grievance that he has with another rapper on a album of the possible last album that we hear from Pop Smoke. You feel me? So whenever you are featured on an individual's track, you always want to take into account what the concept is. If there is a concept, then play to the concept. But for the most part, when people send Nicki Minaj songs, the songs don't be about nothing. So if the song ain't about nothing, you can't expect Nicki Minaj to actually have a topic. You can't expect Nicki Minaj to actually have something specific to talk about when the person whose song it is ain't specifically talking about nothing. And I feel you when you say, Coi Leray ain't the best. You're saying that, she's somewhat of a watered down artist. It's hard to disagree with. I want to see Coi Leray grow. I want to see her become great. I want to see her become one of the best musicians as she can possibly be. But yet, her father did her a severe disservice by not actually having her around individuals who are lyrical. Knowing that she wants to be a musician, he had to know at one point in his career that she wanted to be a musician in one way or the other. And he did her a huge disservice by not using whatever influence that he had to surround her with individuals, if not pay for somebody to show her how to write. Like, okay, here's an example. Lil Wayne. Block is hot, Lil Wayne. The Lil Wayne that put Nicki Minaj on. Came into the game. Was not lyrical. But yet, individuals playing the background or playing to the forefront, Baby the Bald Man, who in the limelight himself, but yet the Bald Man or whoever it was, they knew, most likely it was Baby, they knew, okay, let's surround you with people who know how to write. Let's go ahead and give you some ghostwriting and tell them the game like, look, Gilly the Kid is gonna ghostwrite for you. He's gonna make these albums. He's gonna make the Carter, which I still feel as though is the best album to come from Lil Wayne, the Carter one. But Gilly the Kid wrote that for Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne picked up on how Gilly the Kid was writing it and understood like, oh, I can do that. From there, he went to the pen. He developed himself. He became what many people are now deeming one of the greatest rappers alive. He built that for himself. Gilly the Kid just sparked the creativity and showed him the path and showed him how to do it. And we all get the game from somewhere. It just so happens he got the game from one of the best Philly rappers to ever lay hand to the pen. Why couldn't Benzino do that? Maybe Benzino couldn't do that because he burnt every bridge that he had in the industry trying to go after Eminem. Maybe, possibly. But he straight up honestly should have used whatever influence or whatever little bit of money that he had to go ahead and get a ghostwriter, get somebody known for writing. Go ahead, find you somebody you ain't even gotta pay that much. It doesn't cost that much to get you a ghostwriter for some kid, especially like Coi Leray, to actually show her the ropes, to actually write for her so that she can begin to do it herself like Lil Wayne did for himself from the Carter one. What up, Don Corleone? Cholet was good. Yeah, you came in right at the... See, for those of you who don't know, this whole conversation has been... Me and Don Corleone has had this conversation for years. We've been talking about this consistently, but yet people tend to forget or they never really take notice to the fact that Gilly the Kid wrote the best album for Lil Wayne. He paved the way for Lil Wayne to become one of the greatest rappers alive, as many people are going to claim him to be. I'm not going to claim him to be that. Well, not one of the best lyricists, but you got to give him top 10, top 15 rappers all time at the minimum. At the minimum, I think that's fair. But that's the thing. Benzino did a huge disservice by not schooling his child on the game that he was involved in. But instead, he wants to try not take credit, but he wants to be to the forefront and messing up a lot of the things that Coi Leray got going for herself. You feel me? He's doing her where he was needed as a father. Where as a father, you need to help your children. You gotta help your children develop into the best kids that they can possibly be. Whatever they say they want to be, bruh, even if you don't believe that's what they want to be, you need to go ahead and still push them in that direction. Like my nephew, I know he doesn't want to be heavy into stocks or anything like that. He likes to play Fortnite. He likes to play all of this stuff. But he took an interest in stocks. He took a lot of interest in how this stuff, he actually got games on Roblox that show you how to play the stock exchange to a degree. It's not the real deal, but it gives you the core basics of it. And by him watching me on how I operate with the stocks and all that, and time came where I'm like, all right, you want a stock? I'll buy you one. I bought him one. And I bought him some crypto. And he follows it. Whenever anything is popping with it, when something is about to happen and the stocks is about to go up, I'll bring him in and I'll have the conversation with him. Like, look, yo, stock, something is about to happen. Like right now, the stock market is crashing. I brought my nephew in, like, look, don't panic. But everything is down bad. Everything is about to go bad. Your stocks are going to go down. My stocks are already down like 50%. But don't worry about that. Like, where your money is at is a great place. It's not going to go down that much. So therefore, you're going to bounce back, and by the time you bounce back, there's going to be so much more money out there for you. Like, everything you got should be good unless everything goes to zero and the entire economy of the United States just crumbles. That's the only way he loses money. But because he took interest in it, I showed him how to do it. And now he has an understanding. He doesn't have the full understanding, but he has enough of an understanding that he can have some stocks and he can follow it. This is what Benzino should have did. You understand your daughter wants to be a musician at a young age, clearly, because he made videos for her on his own YouTube channels. He was making music for her. So he knew that she had some kind of passion. The more and longer that she looked like she was driving that passion, the more he needed to push her to become great in terms of development. Not in terms of putting her out here too fast, but in terms of development. Rock City Sound LLC says, don't hate up in this chat. So he's trying to say the song was dope, and you High Priestess saying like, yeah, this that Coi Leray's a watered down song. Like, he disagrees with that. Sorry, bro, it's not that amazing of a song. And I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful toward or nothing like that. I want it to be big. I want Coi Leray to find and be super successful. I want all of that. But she has a long ways to go before she can actually make the best. This is the best that we could hope for out of her. But she has a ways to go before she can make something comparative to the competition that would die for this opportunity. Like a 3D Nati, who should honestly have gotten a Nicki Minaj shout out or something by this time, who should have gotten all the love because she's just that talented out of Houston. She would kill for this kind of opportunity. Coi Leray is not comparable. She's not competitive to how amazing 3D Nati is. She's not comparable to how great Angel Hayes is. She's not comparable. Like, I could go down the list of all the female MCs that I followed over the years that aren't getting this opportunity. And it's messed up that they didn't get the opportunity, but a lesser MC who didn't put in, who because of her father not guiding her how he needed to guide her, she didn't pick up on the core fundamental skill set necessary to make great music right now. There's a lot of great female MCs out there, man, that deserve this opportunity, but now that Coi Leray is getting it, I ain't mad at it. I want her to see success, but I can acknowledge the far greater female rappers, not just. And I'm not just gonna put it in female rappers in that context, because these female rappers, 3D Nati, better than most dudes out there. Just like how Nicki Minaj is better than most dudes these days. You feel me? So we can support Coi Leray, we can support Nicki Minaj, we can support these individuals, but also understand that the music is not where it needs to be. And we can point the blame at why it's not where it needs to be. Lamonte, I don't quite get what you're trying to say there, but okay, song genius. I guess you're giving me props for analyzing and breaking down everything from beginning to end, from production to the lyricism to the concept to the background of it. And if you mean that in not a condescending way, I appreciate you. But I just got a feeling that you being condescending. But I'ma just let that go. Back to Cholet. Cholet, Don Corleone says, don't give Benzino any excuses. He got more than enough connects in his music and marketing to put a team around her if he wanted. That's facts. But here's the thing. See, you missed out. Like, I don't know if you know shows, but they've been vocally beefing against each other online for years. Coi Leray and Benzino, like, they actively have been beefing to the point that Coi Leray, for him coming in and messing up this whole promotion that she was putting together for this Blick Blick song, she had to come out online like, look here, old dude. I'm read the exact quote, not the exact. I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit, but what he said. She said, "I need you to play the back. It's my turn. I need you to sit the F down, grab some popcorn, and clap when I need you to clap." Ooh. Like, she be checking him. She sincerely be checking him, as she should be. Because clearly he didn't help her get to where she's at. Like, the connections that he did have and everything from the magazine, the Source Mag that he bought through. After that, she had to go live with her moms. Like, all the money dried up. She had to go work as a waitress and all that. Like, from the ages of 15 and up. Like, so at the time when she's really getting it, trying to build herself up, there was no active support from Benzino. But as she climbs up there and all that stuff, then he has things to say. Like what I said earlier, dog, like Benzino recently, well, not recently, but a few years ago, but relatively recently, got back on them Twitter fingers and wanted to shoot more shots at Eminem. And when he did that, he dragged Coi Leray in there because he mentioned his daughter in his Twitter fingers. And from that point, Royce da 5'9" caught offense. Oh, and Royce da 5'9" is the wrong one. As you know, Royce got them balls. Like, the nonsense that Benzino did was pulling her down into what crippled his own career or lack thereof. Like, he really was never going to have a career to begin with. As we all know, he wasn't very talented, but he was trying to drag her down into that abyss. And the way Royce came at it was like, look, man, you need to go ahead and get your daughter, hug her, and tell her that she's beautiful, take her to the playground and push her on the swings, or I do it, because she's already popping it on IG. You better get to her before Drake and Trey Songz do. Sit it in bars. Bruh, you know Royce, he cuts deep. But this is why there is no love lost between Coi Leray and Benzino, and he goes out of his way to not sabotage, like he tries to do it as a proud father, but yet he can't see but 5 inches in front of his face. There's a reason why his career came to an abrupt ending, because he was too dumb to actually operate as the owner of the Source and an actual rapper. You couldn't keep it separate. He didn't understand what to do. He couldn't do them both at the same time. He wasn't good at either. He did it to himself. It's overall just not a good look. Overall just was not a very good look. But Coi Leray, she built this notoriety that she has because based off of her coming out like, yo, I'm disappointed in my father for dragging me down into this nonsense with Royce the 5'9", the wrong one you want to offend, whether it's on the streets of Detroit or in the rap game, doesn't matter, the wrong one you want to offend. But she made a song somewhat coming out like, yo, I'm not gonna let that change me. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm not gonna let you mess me up, old dude. That song ended up being a hit. That song ended up being, what's the name of it? It ended up called No More Parties. I don't know if you heard of that one, shows, but you may have. But song No More Parties, it wasn't a hit in its own right until Lil Duck remixed it. That's when it became a phenomenon. That's when she built this buzz that she got now. So she built herself pretty much by herself. It's just Benzino was there. He was like, he had the basic foundation for her that he did a crappy job of doing, that of actually building. But he, in the beginning, very beginning, before she was 16, Benzino was there, and now he's trying to be the proud dad out in the forefront, and he's messing up every opportunity that she has. And this is why they are not like close. This is why he, like, at the point in time when she started to get it, like, yes, he should have put a whole team around her before she was 16 to help her develop. You did. That was all the time that he could do, but you can clearly see he didn't take her seriously. Really didn't take her seriously until she started coming out with her own hits. And that's just a sad thing about just fatherhood that we see out of a lot of people, man. A lot of people really don't support their kids. A lot of people really don't. They care more about themselves. Everything that the kids do is more about them, a reflection of them, instead of them living their own lives. This is the reality of life that we're seeing right here, right now. And to have a father as what's coming off as a clout chaser that you really can't really get rid of like that, it's not a good look. But that sums up all the questions and the comments that we had in the comment section, man. As we coming up on, where we at? 53 minutes. Usually I like to go for an hour, but I'm going to go ahead and work on a short of this right here so that the people of TikTok, the people of IG, the people of Twitter, you can have somewhat of this conversation that we've had here today. And that's the thing, for those of you who don't know, who are not subscribed, follow, I make a lot of shorts here on this YouTube channel, but those same shorts are spread out from TikTok to IG to Twitter, and some of them make it to Facebook, depending on if Facebook is working at the time, because I don't know. Like, sometimes it doesn't transfer over, sometimes it do, but whatever. But subscribe to all of these, man, but you mainly want to subscribe to this channel here because this is where all of the content, all of the reactions, all of the reviews, all of this stuff drops first here. This is the hub. But yet, if you're heavy into TikTok, if you're heavy into Twitter, if you're heavy into anywhere else, follow me there. I'm Topaz Yates across all platforms. I was thinking about rebranding, but I'm like, nah, Topaz Yates is getting some play. But, oh, you ain't know I'm on TikTok shows? Money Mitch finally done talked me into it, dog. Like, he started talking about the algorithm, man, and I'm like, you know what? You right. Like, the YouTube algorithm, it really don't do my videos justice like they really need to. You feel me? Like, but that TikTok algorithm, first video out the gate, almost 300 views. Crazy. While my shorts here on this channel, like the most that I've gotten was Silk Sonic, 155 views off of just shorts alone. Like my videos, of course, I get like 50. My biggest video got in the 60,000. No. My biggest video got in the 100,000s, if not more than 100,000s of views. I forget Tyler the Creator. I don't get no more death threats about that video no more though, which is cool. So I guess that the views slowed down as Tyler the Creator's career has slowed down too. But it's important to peep out all platforms, you feel me? So I got something on every platform for anybody that want to actually see something. But so I'm about to log up off of here and make my shorts and post it to here and all the other channels. So I appreciate everybody that came through and kicked it with me, man. Left some comments, all 178 people that's in the playback. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, no doubt. Cholet, love you, cuz. I'm going to update the music playlist for you. I've been telling myself I'ma do it. Give me a day. I might do it tonight. Like, there's been a lot of really good music that came out, shows. I got it. Appreciate you, the Lamonte, for pulling up. Appreciate the High Priestess. Appreciate Rock City Sound LLC. Appreciate you, Too Big to Respond. Appreciate everybody. Clearly wasn't too big to respond here, brother, but appreciate you pulling up. Glad that I can get that kind of engagement from everybody, man. Love y'all. Should be more videos to come tomorrow. You know how I get down. I'm trying to do something every single day out here now, man. I'm on the grizzle. Love y'all. Catch y'all in a minute. One.